holy shit, I've just gone back in time.
With this story, we're taking a look at the smaller side of Westeros.
It's not just a hero story. It's about being sort of stoic and honest.
You walk on the set, looks like I've walked right into my book.
It's just incredible storytelling. I've been able to be a part of bringing that to life. It was a massive achievement at the end of it.
And action!
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is a story about Sir Duncan the Tall. His mentor, Sir Arlen, has just died.
You're a true knight.
We set off on a journey to a small castle town called Ashford.
Westeros is a rotten, scary world. Dunk is a decent person, and in the Game of Thrones universe, that is quite hard to come by.
He's not aristocracy. He's a guy who's trying to make his way in the world.
He has himself, his horses, and his sword. But he will soon find out that he actually needs a little bit more than that.
Hello there. You the stable boy?
Egg thinks this could be the only knight I could squire for, but he looks like a horrible knight. Your belt's made of rope.
There's a cute arrogance to Egg that Dunk kind of gets frustrated with, but he's fun to be around.
Rob me, and I'll hunt you down with dogs.
We don't have dogs!
Hello there.
Hi. I'm very enthused about these characters. I love these characters.
I'm incredibly appreciative of how trustworthy George R.R. Martin has been, because it's his world.
There was something so good about Peter and Dexter. I'm very glad that Duncan and Egg are going to exist in the world, because I love the characters, and I think other people will love them too.
We want to maintain the tone of Game of Thrones, but allow the audience to almost feel the muddy footsteps through the tourney.
This is completely unique from other Game of Thrones series. It's dirty and it's earthy.
It's mind-blowing. I'm like, how have they built this?
Throughout his journey, he realizes that this is not the world that I've been told about.
Faced with what it means to be a knight, what it means to be a true knight, Dunk is gonna go and show everybody what he's got.
Sir Duncan!
Has courage deserted the houses of Westeros? I will not believe in his soul! And there no true knight among you!
My name is Peter Claffey, and I play Sir Duncan the Tall.
Never heard of him.
The first particular rehearsal, I remember driving up, meeting Owen and Ira, and then I puked everywhere in the production office. I was like to Ira, that was pretty mental. He was like, no, it's great, man. That's just like Dunk. You know what I mean? Dunk is your typical underdog. At the start, Sir Arlen, a fatherly figure to Dunk, dies. This is the first time he interacts with Westeros without Sir Arlen, and it's overwhelming.
It's a hedge knight, ain't it? It's like a knight, but sadder.
I'm not
It's got to
sad.
sleep in the hedges because no lord will have it.
Aww, that is sad.
The hedge knight lives on the road, serves people along the way. He finds his home in the hedges, but there is a part of Dunk that goes, maybe I could be a glorious knight. My favourite things in this whole shoot were the stunts that I got to do. It was good fun. When we think of Game of Thrones, we think of the great houses. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is different because it's from the perspective of someone that's never expected to amount to anything. And the humour that comes with that too.
Are you Baelor Targaryen?
No.
Then would you move the fuck out of the way?
Yeah.
It's been the greatest experience of my entire life, and I can't wait to fucking do it again.
It was unbelievable. I was quite nervous when I was going to shave my head.
Ready?
Because I was like, what if I don't have a good-shaped head? I don't know what I was going to feel.
You got a name, thief?
Egg.
Egg.
The character of Egg, he's very cheeky. What's your name?
Sir Duncan the Tall.
Never heard of him.
Do you know every knight in the Seven Kingdoms, then?
The good ones. Egg really wants to be a squire, but then he sees Dunk, so he's like, should I? This could be the only knight I could squire for, but also he thinks, like, your belt's made of rope. You don't look like a very good knight. All the other squires, they're 10 times bigger than Egg. They're massive, strong men. He's just a little child. But Egg realises you don't actually need to be strong. As long as you're a helping hand to your knight. Hello, I'm Dexter Ansell, and this is Ashford Meadow! We are at the viewing stands where everybody watches the tilt and tourneys. They get their lances and they smash them back together! Now we're going to go across the bridge to the market. Yeah, I think it's that one. None of this bridge was here before. They had to build it all across. This is my favourite part of the market. It has everything. Fruit, veg, pigs, whatever that is. That's actually probably the biggest apple I've ever seen in my life. I've actually got no clue what this is. Disgusting. Just plastic. We've got some eggs. This is Uncle Sammy. This is Aunt Barbara. Yeah, that's too heavy. This is my dad, Jim. These are actually quite heavy. I think they're made of metal. And this is my sister, Mary. I think this is real. Yeah, I think they might be real.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah.
Come with me.
This is the puppet tent. Here is what we've been looking for. This is the dragon. Look how big it is. This is the size of me, and this is the size of a puppet. Tanzyn, she has this pollen. She goes like, and the candle makes fire, and it makes the dragon go. Now, we're going to try and go to set, but remember, we have to be very quiet. Cece!
Oh. The coolest part about being the stunt person is you get to work with people like you. We pull and push and land.
Pull and push.
Nice.
Trying to do a hat trick.
Oh! Oh!
No! Hi, sorry, I have to go to set now, but it was wonderful touring the set with you.
I'm only a hedge knight. Ah!
Hey, who's come? Can't you see the banner if you don't come?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Will you heed my call? Will you heed my call? Will you heed?
We're still rolling.
Will you heed my call to war?
Will you heed my call to
Bring your shield when the pump's over.
Dirty bastard.
I beg your pardon, Sir Lyonel? Big men. Get fuck. I can't feel like I'm shouting. I'm sorry.
Alice was a specialist. Born bereft of them. She had a fucking shitty fuck. One more.
The man is dying, my lord.
What?
They like the gross out when you see it, and you're just smelling for information.
Smell it for information.
Let's go!
I do not need to be reminded of this boy. Of
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ah!
It's going so well.
That's okay.
All right, we go.
Cut there.
My first memory was getting to set and doing the walking scene with Peter, and I was so concerned because Peter's a lot taller. I was thinking, is his stride like going to be a lot longer than I'm going to have to like try and keep up with him? So that was like, I don't know
really?
why. Yeah, it was on my mind. I was
Yeah.
like, he's a big guy, and if he walk, I'm going to have to like really try and keep up with him. So that was like one of my earliest memories, and then the last memory. I'll let Finn answer.
My first memory. I remember I rode in on a horse
I got off this huge horse, and I had like a little pink step ladder, like little pink plastic step. I would hop onto that kind of quick, and they would do a quick cut in between, then take out the step ladder. I remember just being like face to face with people, not face that, I don't know, I guess belly button with Peter, and I was just like, wow, that must look ridiculous. But yeah, that was my first memory of that. I just remember riding in on the horse, or like just before they called action, being like, my God, it's actually happening. You know, like I can't believe I'm gonna mess this up. And then my last memory, I think, was in like rolling around in the mud, and for knowing that I didn't have to do that again because we had done weeks of this in the tourney, and I was relieved that I didn't have to do it again. Taking off my armor for the last time, being, you know, like I remember being like, "Am I gonna miss this?" But that was my last.
My last one is actually my first one, weirdly, because we actually reshot that scene. So we went back to do the reshoot, and that was one of the scenes that we shot. So my first is my last as well, which is just dropped now. I was like, oh, actually.
Yeah. You know why they reshot it? Because you couldn't keep up.
Yeah, probably. It's like Shaun's running to. It's like.
Well, the very first day I went on set, I wasn't filming, but we were like organising how the puppet shows were going to be. So I went on set just in like my regular human clothes, and everybody was dressed up in their, you know, costumes, and I felt like a bit of a dweeb walking around, but it was amazing. I mean, everything was like real life set, built in the middle of like this field, and so, oh God, it was so surreal. And then the very first day I was filming, I was like, oh God, I was so nervous. It was like a lot of people around, a lot of people watching me, and but once you get started, it kind of just like, you just get into a flow. And then the last day was, it was sad. I mean, I didn't want to stop. It was such a great experience, and I loved Belfast, and yeah, I didn't want to leave the like community that we had all built together. It was such a fun set. It was just a great time the whole time.
It was mainly spent sitting in tents. It was a bit like being a medieval knight. You sit around for long periods of time in a tent in a muddy field, waiting for someone to winch you onto your horse and tell you which direction to charge. Filming's a bit like that. I've never been a soldier, and the stakes are much, much lower being an actor, but it's probably not dissimilar in that you have to maintain a very high state of readiness so that between action and cut, when it really counts, you're on your game. And the rest of the time, you do, you know, a lot of preparing, but then an awful lot of waiting, and waiting in a state of not quite knowing when you're going to be called upon. In this case, wearing heavy armour. That was my main memory. Yeah, it's not over. On the last day on set, you know, the thing carries on without you, I think, is the thing, as well as that it's very unlike acting on stage, film acting, unless you're right at the heart of it and sort of in every scene. You're joining a train that's already in motion by the time you arrive. You're sort of jumping onto a moving train. They've been working for many, many months or years before you arrive. And the train carries on hurtling the minute you jump off it again. And you have to try to sort of bring your own energy into it and also catch the mood of the piece. Yeah. So also one is dancing around out of story order often, and having to, I think the main sensation is of holding some sort of inner body in spite of the winds of filming. Everything conspires to try and knock you out of the story, and you have to have a strong grasp of what it is you're trying to do, like a bit like having a storm lantern. You have to kind of take this tiny flame through a raging storm. That sounds good. But I think that is what it's like. And you just have to sort of try and keep that sense of, you know, whether it's because you're playing a particular scene with a particular quality and everyone else is doing their work, you have to keep quite resilient, I think, from being knocked off course, and at the same time remain alive to your scene partner. It's good work. It's a great way to earn a living.
The first day on set, actually, yeah, the first day on set is quite memorable because the first day was Dunk meeting Plummer to try and get himself into the game, and Plummer was being played by one of my heroes, Tom Vaughan Lawler. So I had to do a full day with him. So I couldn't have been more nervous, and then that added on to the nerves. But he turned out to be one of the nicest human beings of all time, and he's a good friend now. And yeah, the last day was quite surreal, actually. I think I might have had a little beer before we called the final cut as well. I think we snuck a few beers into there, but it was great. Yeah, it was.
It's pretty amazing. So it looks so real.
We had an opportunity to make something new and something fresh.
It was unbelievable.
Coolest I've ever looked in anything.
The atmosphere was incredible. We didn't have a lot of acting to do.
Let's go! Woo! As courage deserted the noble houses of Westeros!
That felt good, didn't it?